Modern people live surrounded by comfort, convenience, and endless entertainment. A single click delivers music, movies, or food, and yet deep inside, many feel strangely hollow. Despite incredible progress in science and technology, reports of anxiety, depression, and loneliness rise every year. Something vital is missing. Material progress has not solved the inner emptiness of the soul. Islam teaches that this hollow feeling is not accidental. It is the natural result of living without anchoring life to Allah. To understand this emptiness, we need to look deeper into how modern life shapes our hearts and what faith reveals about it. Number 1. The illusion of endless choice. In modern life, freedom is often defined as having endless choices. You can choose from countless careers, diets, lifestyles, entertainment options, and even identities. At first glance, this feels empowering, but hidden beneath this ocean of options is an uncomfortable truth. Too much choice can make life heavier, not lighter. Psychologists call it the paradox of choice. The more options you have, the less satisfied you feel. Each decision brings anxiety. What if I choose wrong? What if there's something better? Instead of feeling liberated, people often feel paralyzed, unable to commit to anything. The constant fear of missing out creeps in, leaving hearts restless. You may scroll endlessly through hundreds of shows on a streaming app, yet never settle on one to watch. And even when you do, you wonder if another choice would have been better. This cycle repeats in shopping, relationships, and career decisions. The illusion of infinite freedom becomes a prison of hesitation and regret. Islam offers a different definition of freedom. Real freedom is not drowning in meaningless choices. It is the peace of being anchored in guidance. Allah sets clear limits and pathways, and within those boundaries, life becomes simpler, more meaningful, and more focused. Choices don't disappear, but they are framed with purpose. When you pray, you don't face hundreds of directions, you face one qibla. When you seek clarity, you don't chase infinite philosophies, you turn to revelation. Paradoxically, boundaries bring clarity, while limitless options bring confusion. Emptiness comes not from too few choices, but from drowning in choices that carry no meaning. If endless options leave us lost, modern life also pushes us into another trap: constant comparison. Number 2, life as a stage of constant comparison. Another reason modern life feels empty is the culture of comparison. With social media, every moment becomes a performance, every success a competition. People measure their worth by likes, comments, and followers. Someone's vacation photo makes you question your own life. A stranger's lifestyle becomes the standard for your happiness. This is new. Historically, humans compared themselves only to their small circle, neighbors, family, or community. Today, you carry the entire world in your pocket, and the world is always showing its best side. The pressure is relentless, but comparison today isn't just envy. It's a kind of identity theft. You lose your authentic self while chasing someone else's highlight reel. Islam warns against this hollow pursuit. Contentment and gratitude are shields that protect the heart from constant dissatisfaction. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, taught, "Look at those below you, not those above you, for it is more suitable that you do not belittle the favors of Allah." This wisdom directly answers the emptiness of comparison culture. When you stop measuring yourself against endless images of others, you begin to notice your own blessings. Gratitude fills the space where envy once lived. Without this anchor, comparison drains joy from every achievement. You may earn well, but someone earns more. You may be happy, but someone looks happier. The finish line always moves farther away. This endless race leaves the soul exhausted and unfulfilled. Islam doesn't deny ambition, but it redirects it. Compete in doing good, not in chasing shadows. Measure yourself against your potential, not against filtered illusions of strangers. But comparison is only one layer. Modern life also empties us by treating time itself differently. Number 3. Time turned into a commodity. In modern culture, time has been stripped of its sacredness and turned into a currency. We hear phrases like, "Time is money," so often that we start to believe every moment must be monetized, optimized, or consumed. If you rest, guilt creeps in. I should be working. If you work, another feeling arises. I'm still not doing enough. The result is a restless cycle where time feels more like a burden than a blessing. What many people overlook is that historically, Muslim societies viewed time differently. Time was not simply a resource to be traded, it was a trust given by Allah. Days were structured around prayer, not profit margins. The rhythm of life was guided by remembrance, reflection, and worship. This sacred structure gave meaning to even the smallest hours. Today, in the absence of that rhythm, hours blur together, days drift by, consumed by endless scrolling, meetings, or entertainment. You can spend 12 hours busy and still feel as though nothing meaningful happened. The emptiness of modern life is tied directly to this loss of sacred time. Islam reminds us that baraka, or blessing, is linked to valuing time correctly. A single hour filled with worship, gratitude, or service to others can outweigh weeks of aimless distraction. That's why some people live fewer years, yet leave behind legacies of wisdom, while others live long lives but depart without impact. The difference is not the number of years, but the presence of purpose. When time is treated as currency, the soul runs dry. When it is treated as a trust from Allah, the soul feels full. If time feels empty, another modern distortion makes life even more hollow, reducing humans to consumers. Number 4. The consumer identity. Modern culture defines people not by who they are, but by what they own. Advertisements tell you that your worth lies in the shoes you wear, the phone you hold, or the car you drive. Consumerism doesn't just sell products, it sells identity. And when identity is sold, the soul becomes enslaved. This slavery is subtle but powerful. You buy something new and feel a brief spark of happiness, but soon the emptiness returns, pushing you to chase the next purchase. The cycle never ends. Desires multiply, but satisfaction fades faster each time. This is not accidental. Consumer culture is designed to keep people feeling empty, so they will keep buying. Islam provides a liberating perspective. Wealth and possessions are not condemned. Islam encourages earning honestly and enjoying blessings. But when identity rests on consumption, when self-worth is tied to brand names or material luxuries, emptiness is inevitable. The Qur'an reminds us that true richness lies not in possessions, but in contentment of the heart. Think about it. The latest phone or fashion may thrill you for a few days, but prayer grounds you for life. The market gives temporary highs. Remembrance of Allah gives lasting peace. One feeds desire, the other nourishes the soul. Consumer culture tells you that without constant buying, you are incomplete. Islam tells you that your value rests in your character, not your shopping cart. Your honesty, humility, and service define you more than anything money can buy. When possessions define the person, the soul feels hollow. When faith defines the person, possessions become tools, not chains. Beyond consumption, modern emptiness also grows from broken communities. Number 5. collapse of true community. For most of human history, people lived in close-knit families, villages, or neighborhoods where daily life was shared. Children grew up surrounded by relatives, elders offered guidance, and neighbors were like extended family. That closeness gave people a sense of belonging and support. Today, even in crowded cities, many feel profoundly alone. Apartments stack people on top of each other, yet conversations are scarce. The faces around us change so quickly that real bonds are hard to form. Instead of gathering with neighbors, people scroll through endless feeds. Digital connection has replaced embodied presence. You may talk to hundreds online, but still feel unseen in real life. This loss of community creates a quiet emptiness. Without genuine relationships, hearts starve for real care and trust. Islam, however, emphasizes brotherhood and sisterhood that transcend family ties and national borders. A Muslim is never truly alone because faith creates bonds stronger than blood. One of the most powerful examples of this unity happens in prayer. Strangers line up shoulder to shoulder, facing the same direction, equal before Allah. Wealth, race, and status melt away. In that moment, the individual is not just a lone soul, but part of a living community. This embodied togetherness is a cure for modern loneliness. Emptiness grows when relationships are shallow, when interactions are reduced to comments, likes, and surface appearances. Fulfillment comes when bonds are rooted in sincerity, service, and shared worship. Faith transforms strangers into family and turns gatherings into reminders of Allah. Even with community fading, the core issue lies deeper: how modern life redefines purpose. Number 6. Loss of higher purpose. Modern culture teaches a simple script: study hard, find a career, earn money, consume as much as you can, retire comfortably, and then eventually die. For many, that is the entire story of life. But the human soul longs for something far deeper than comfort and consumption. Here lies a fresh perspective. Emptiness is not the result of failing at success. Emptiness is the result of succeeding without meaning. You may climb to the top of your field, gather wealth, or gain recognition, yet still feel a void because the purpose behind it is absent. Islam reframes life completely. True purpose is serving Allah. When every act, whether it is working, studying, raising a family, or resting, is done with the intention of worship, ordinary routines become extraordinary acts of meaning. Faith transforms the cycle of daily life into a journey toward eternal reward. Consider two people doing the same job. One wakes up drained, repeating tasks without purpose. The other wakes up with the same workload, but views it as service, a way to provide honestly for family, a chance to fulfill trust, and a form of worship. The tasks are identical, but one feels empty while the other feels fulfilled. The difference lies in intention and purpose. Without a higher aim, achievements quickly feel hollow. Degrees gather dust, money loses excitement, promotions fade into routine. But with the purpose of serving Allah, every achievement connects to something everlasting. The soul is no longer chasing shadows. It is walking a path of meaning. And when purpose is lost, another silent weight adds to the emptiness. Disconnect from the natural world. Number 7. Separation from creation. For most of human history, people lived in close connection with nature. The rising sun dictated when they worked, the stars guided their travel, and the changing seasons shaped their food and rest. The land, the sky, and the ocean were not just scenery, they were the framework of life. Today, that natural rhythm is broken. Urban walls and glowing screens cut us off from the world outside. Many people go weeks without watching a sunrise, hearing birds at dawn, or feeling the stillness of the night sky. The artificial world of concrete and technology muffles the voice of creation. Modern psychology confirms what our souls already know. Spending time in nature lowers stress, heals the mind, and restores peace. But Islam revealed this truth centuries ago. The Qur'an repeatedly calls us to reflect on creation, to look at the skies, the mountains, the seas, and the animals. These signs are not random. They are reminders pointing back to Allah. Islamic history is filled with scholars who studied nature deeply, not only for scientific discovery, but as a form of spiritual reflection. Observing the stars was both astronomy and awe. Studying plants was both medicine and a reminder of divine design. The closer they looked at creation, the closer they felt to the Creator. Modern emptiness grows because this bond is severed. When people no longer see the sky, they forget the one who made it vast. When the signs of Allah are drowned by traffic noise and glowing billboards, the heart feels small and muted. Reconnecting with nature is not simply leisure, it is worship. It revives humility and restores perspective, reminding us that we are part of something greater. But all these layers, choice, comparison, time, consumerism, community, purpose, and nature, point back to one missing center. Number 8. Absence of sincere connection to Allah. At the root of emptiness lies one truth. It is not material, but spiritual. A person can have wealth, status, friends, and comfort, yet still feel a hollow ache inside. Modern life tries to fill that ache with substitutes, endless entertainment, consumption, or distractions, but none of them last. Even those who deny faith often sense this gap. That is why many invent their own forms of spirituality, chasing meditation trends, crystals, or self-made philosophies. These efforts acknowledge the emptiness, but stop short of the cure, sincere connection to Allah. Without submission, the soul continues to wander. Islam teaches that the heart was created to remember Allah. When this remembrance is absent, the heart hungers endlessly. When it is present, the heart finds peace. Prayer is not simply ritual, it is nourishment. Dhikr, or remembrance, directly feeds the soul what no material thing can offer. Consider someone who owns very little, yet lives with steady gratitude and prayer. Outwardly they seem poor, inwardly they are rich. Another may have all the luxuries the world can offer, but still lie awake at night, restless, wondering why satisfaction never arrives. The difference is not wealth, but connection. Emptiness will remain until the heart reconnects to Allah. Once that bond is restored, modern life's noise and illusions lose their power. The soul becomes grounded, resilient, and unshaken by the distractions around it. And when this connection is revived, modern life's emptiness no longer controls the soul. The emptiness of modern life is not caused by a lack of wealth, technology, or success. It is caused by losing the anchor of truth. Islam does more than prescribe rituals. It restores balance. It grounds choice, heals the damage of comparison, blesses time, frees us from consumerism, revives community, gives purpose, reconnects us with nature, and above all, reconnects us with Allah. So ask yourself, are you spending your life filling your days, or are you filling your soul? The answer may change not only the course of your life, but your eternity.